Dear God, who is a polar bear.com, I have a confession to make. I once ran through a 12-year-old's bar mitzvah naked, smacked his dad on the ass, told him he was a pussy.
I have several confessions, actually. First one being, I once wore a condom over my entire body for protection.
I wrote a rock song.
Dear God, the polar bear. One time, I almost believed in evolution.
Dear God, I once went to my neighbor's house, who were Jewish, and I ran in there with a turban and told them I was Arab, and I called a jihad on them and said they're fuck. And I said their children were going to become successful.
Okay, so was it dirties? Okay, so this one time. Okay, good. You polar bear, you good. Please don't go bear-tastic on me. But I'm sorry I did it. But one time I kissed a gay boy with feathers in his hair, and it was in New York City. And it was one of my best friends. She's a Vogue model, and she's beautiful. It was her birthday. She's 21. She's back in America where she's all legal. She just came from France, and she's so glamorous because she's a Vogue model.
Fuck phones.
I once wrestled an entire flock of geese for a pound of butter.
But it was her birthday and we were in New York City and I was just back and I was a human being guy and I kissed a gay boy with feathers.
Dear God, once I had a poodle and I shaved him and painted him yellow and threw him in a bucket of chocolate pudding and said, "Look, you're pee and poop."
I was at the beach and I made a polar bear sculpture of a polar bear killing penguins. And, making blood sacrifices to the polar bear god, in which we all worship.
I took 3 antacids on an empty stomach, hoping to achieve happiness.
On the mouth, with my mouth, and a lot of my mouth to the wall. And it was the gay boy with feathers, God. What does it mean?
Dear God, who is a polar bear. I'm sorry I took your name and your light in vain and forgot to announce you before.
I went to a wedding dressed as a penguin and preached about how God is a polar bear, and then covered myself in salmon blood and ran around and jumped into the actual grave. And I apologized.
I once invented a pill called, it didn't catch on because no one knew what the fuck I was talking about.
I confess how many Hail Marys. There is polar bear, Jesus, porch lamp. That's my dirty. I kissed a gay boy with feathers in New York City, Manhattan, 2012.
I once took a banana, shoved it in a poodle's mouth, said, "How you like that, bitch?"
One time I took my dad's shoes and I filled my dad's shoes with tacks and super glue. And he went to work in those boots.
It's alright, God, polar bear God. We will find a cure for this sickness one day. And the world will join the fight. Thank you. Subscribe for more videos.
Dear God, I never believed in polar bears.